Hi everybody, good morning and welcome to That's Football, and it's another big start to another big week as Chelsea have confirmed, here we go, they have got Caicedo. It's a massive deal, there's a lot of fallout from it, a lot of people saying why are Chelsea spending so much money, how do they do it, what's going on with the game. I find that quite ridiculous actually when you think about it, but we'll get into that. But not only have they won the race for Caicedo, they're also well ahead in the race for Lavia, and it's expected that he will sign as well. People talk about the pressure on Arsenal to fight for the title this year. People talk about the pressure on Manchester United and Liverpool to get in amongst it. I think you've got to say Chelsea have got to win the title. I mean, come on. I mean, the amount, it's not, somebody was saying it's getting close to £1 billion spent in 12 months. Of course, Chelsea shouldn't win the title this year. It's Pochettino's first summer. But the extent of the spending is Saudi Arabian-like. It is absolutely immense. And of course, this is underpinned by jealousy. I think that it is only human reaction, unless you're a Chelsea fan, to look at that spending and go, it's ridiculous. And it is ridiculous. But beyond the ridiculous, it's not wrong, because I guarantee you whatever Chelsea are doing is within the rules of the game that exist in the Premier League. And look, Jordan Henderson's apparently on 700k a week in Saudi Arabia. Chelsea have spent 100 and something million on Caicedo. They're going to buy Lavia. I mean, they're not, what they're doing is not wrong in the sense that they're trying to buy players to win trophies. It's jealousy that underpins it from other fans. Is Caicedo, look, Chelsea fans enjoy it. I've said it about Newcastle. I've said it about Man City. Of course, there's a lot of jealousy and bitterness because everybody else wants it to happen at their club. What Todd Boehly is doing at Chelsea could be happening at Liverpool. It could be happening at Manchester United. The reason it's not happening is because those clubs do not have the ownership model that Chelsea or Manchester City or Newcastle have, where these clubs have got the wealth and will push the limits of the game rules to allow them to do what they do. And ultimately, they will be successful. It is sour grapes to sit there as a Liverpool or a United or a Spurs or any other fan who's not doing this and go, it's not fair. It's not fair that you have owners that, prioritise other things. We're responsible owners. Remove responsible for greedy. Because ultimately, you can manage a football club like Todd Boehly. You can manage a football club like Manchester City. You're just unfortunate if you don't have that. Now, whether you agree with that model type or not, is that Chelsea or Man City's problem? No, it's the Premier League's problem. So ultimately, it always comes down to what the rules are. And I imagine Chelsea are within the rules that exist at the moment. Caicedo's on a 9-year contract. I mean, who gives out 9-year contracts? I don't like that. Chelsea fans will love it. I don't like that. I don't like players getting 8 or 9-year contracts. It's bloody ridiculous. What if after 3 years they're crap? You are absolutely stupid to give out those contracts. But on the other hand, you're genius because you're taking a massive risk, but there'll be a way to get rid of them after 3 years as well. So look, that's Chelsea's issue, and that's the way Chelsea have done it. That loads of their players are on 8-year contracts. It's a little bit like vaping. What will the damage be? We won't know for a few years' time. And it's the same with Chelsea. We just don't know what damage that will be. What I would say is about the Caicedo deal and Chelsea and watching them yesterday, if you add Caicedo and Lavia to that midfield, I think they go up a level. It's very, very clear. Enzo Fernandez is a fantastic player. I don't think Conor Gallagher's at the level they need, although some people think he played well yesterday. It will massively improve Chelsea. They've got an abundance of quality and talent. I still think they need an out-and-out striker. People keep telling me about Jackson. If I'd have said to you 6 months ago, Jackson from Villarreal, Chelsea fans, 1, wouldn't have known who he was, and 2, certainly wouldn't have thought he was the man to do it. Maybe he will be the man to do it, and Kunku is a very good player. But I just think out-and-out, top-class... If you're going to spend upwards of 5, 6, 7, 800 million pounds in 12 months, it amazes me that they haven't gone and spent it on a proven top-class striker. But that's just an outside view. Some of their recruitment's fantastic. I think Enzo Fernandez was and will be a brilliant signing. And the price doesn't matter in a certain sense in relation to what I'm going to say. Caicedo for £110 million is ridiculous. It's scandalous. And I think he's a good player. But that's a scandalous price for a Brighton midfielder who's had 1 good season. It's scandalous. But Liverpool offered it. Chelsea aren't the villains here. Liverpool offered it as well. It's absolutely incredible. Jude Bellingham's gone for less than that, and you'll get people say plays in a completely different position. Yeah, he plays in a position where he gets more goals, so you'd think he'd be worth more money. He's also a much better player. The price is ridiculous, But for Chelsea, who will spread that out over 9 years, it's just a number. And it's a number there that they're happy to accommodate. It's a number that Man United can't go near. Man United can't go near that. Not with the Glazer ownership. They can't. They couldn't even pay 60. Couldn't even pay half for Caicedo. So Chelsea find a way to do it. And ultimately, if you've got the money, you find the loopholes, and the loopholes are the laws. So I look at Chelsea and they've gone from nowhere to being a major player, and I don't like that, because I'm like, well, based on last year, they shouldn't just be able to click a button and press a button or click the fingers and be straight back in. But that's the modern game. Look at the Saudi League. It was nowhere last year. It was Ronaldo. Now look at the absolute pool of talent they've got. So football can change over a summer, and that's, Chelsea's model under Todd Boehly is. And look, they had a chaotic year last year, but they seem to be learning their lessons. And if you keep spending and spending and spending, at some point you would do well. Look at it happened with Manchester City at the start. Excuse me. And Lavia coming in as well. Well, some might say, well, why do they need Lavia? But he's a different profile of midfielder who is 20 years of age and has played, less than 30 games in the Premier League. So he's one for the future that Liverpool also want. And let's not forget, and again, I'm just going to say this, Chelsea buy players that other clubs want. It's a tactic. And I think it predates Todd Boehly. Mourinho used to do it. But Chelsea buy players that other clubs want. And if you are wealthy enough and you think that player could be a good player for you as well, it's ruthless, but it is a tactic. If your rival wants that player and you go, I wouldn't mind him, let's get him. I don't think Chelsea buy these players because they don't need them and they're doing it to ruin Liverpool or Arsenal. I think they buy them. I think they see a rival going for a player and go, they're probably quite good, let's get them. I mean, Mudryk was Arsenal, wasn't it? And Lavia was Liverpool. And Chelsea have spent all summer trying to get Caicedo, and now they're going for Lavia as well. They've got the financial power to do it. They've got the space in their team to do it. I mean, I don't think Lavia will start many games for Chelsea. I mean, maybe he will. Maybe they'll just go with Lavia, Caicedo and Enzo as their midfield three. Probably will, actually, when you think about it. But, the game's the game, and I get it. As a United fan, I look at it, and I'm sure Liverpool fans look at it, and I'm sure other fans look at it and go, it's just incredible. What I would say is that Pochettino, who I think is a coach that isn't good enough to win titles, I still don't think he is. But, you're never going to have a better opportunity to do it. Whether Spurs spoke to Pochettino or not, you can see why he went to bloody Chelsea. Come to Chelsea and we'll basically get you absolutely everything. He doesn't have much excuse. I think, you know what? Chelsea have got to get top four. I don't care what anyone says now. I didn't think they would get top four. But their activity in the window and the lack of European football and the focus they can have and the fitness they will have and the squad that they have to get top four. That's all I'm going to say. I think it's unfair to suggest that in season one. And watching the game yesterday, I actually said, you know what, Ten Hag got top four and he won a trophy in his first year and it was miraculous. If Poch can do that, it will be miraculous. I don't think it'll be miraculous based on the players that he's got, but I think that's what he has to do. And I think it's a very good opportunity for Chelsea to have a very, very good season. They won't win the league, but they should be nestling quite nicely into the top four, and it's going to be very interesting to see because the strength of power they've got is amazing, and they're showing that off the pitch as well. Anyway, get your comments in below. Really want to see your comments on this. What are your thoughts on the Caicedo to Chelsea, Lavia to Chelsea, the money they're spending? Are you bitter about it? Do you think it's wrong? Do you just accept it like me and say, well, look, they're operating within the rules of the law? Of course, it's normal behaviour if you're not a Chelsea fan to be bitter and jealous, but ultimately Chelsea have got an owner that is doing the things that every club fan would want. Get your comments in below. Let me know. Smash a like on the video and subscribe. We're actually on 997. We're getting really close to 1 million, the road to 1 million. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. I'll speak to you on the next one.